Watching Local 3 News.
And Friday Night Football starts now.
Local 3 Sports. This is Friday Night Football with Ben Bobick, Samantha Casano, and Greg Glover.
Friday Night Football is brought to you by Food City. Nobody does food like Food City. And Sonic Drive-In. Live free. Eat Sonic.
And now, Friday Night Football.
Hello and welcome into the premier high school football show in the Tennessee Valley. Welcome into Friday Night Football right here on Local 3. I'm Samantha Casano. We have a lot to get to tonight. Big region matchups, a few fun non-con games, our defensive player of the week, our play of the week, band of the week, cheerleaders of the week. Don't worry, we'll get to all of that in due time. But it's already week 9. You know the drill by now. Let's kick things off with our game of the week.
It's time for the Friday Night Football Game of the Week, sponsored by Warren & Griffin, your local 5-star law firm, supporting high school football for decades. We don't just put up billboards, we put down roots.
Northwest Whitfield and Calhoun have been at the top of their game in 3A Region 7 play so far this year. The Yellow Jackets were celebrating inside the Benz last season, winning their 5th state championship in program history. The Bruins have their eyes on making it there in a few months, and a win over the cream of the crop would certainly help their case. Let's move things to Tunnel Hill. A little chill in the air at kickoff, and Calhoun makes quite the statement early. I'm pretty sure this is the first play from scrimmage. Trace Hawkins hands the ball off to Hudson Chadwick. He's riding the sideline, breaks out the stiff arm, and gets the Jackets in prime position. You just knew they were going to capitalize from there. Inside the red zone, Hawkins with a handoff to Tony Reed this time. Give 27-6, it's 7-0, less than 90 seconds in. Calhoun up 14-0 a little bit later in the quarter. Northwest looking to respond, but Sager Quinn is going to make Gavin Knuckles' life really difficult, just bulldozes him. Hey, Alex Golish, you're getting quite the dude next year. That's a loss of 6. Jackets looking to put some more points on the board. Easy to do when you've got the roster they do. Star sophomore Trace Hawkins finds star senior Justin Beasley right into the end zone. He knows where that camera is. It's 20-0, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter. Calhoun just dominating time of possession in this one. This time Hawkins takes a quick look at options, decides to keep, pulls out the stiff arm, then it's 2. No wonder why every college in the country is calling this guy. The Yellow Jackets use that early lead to propel them to a 42-20 win. Over in Red Bank, the Lions looking to win back-to-back games for the first time this season. They're up 6-0 when Hickson cuts into the deficit with that 30-yard field goal. Red Bank adds to their lead a little later. Pitch, catch, Caden Lovelace takes it to the house. The 15-yard touchdown connection makes it 13-6 Lions. Wildcats looking to punch back, first and goal. Jake Pollock plows into the end zone for the score. Being a former center certainly helps there. Red Bank up 13-10 at half. They go on to win 27-17 the final. Notre Dame hosting CCS. Look at the Notre Dame student section. They're into it. Chargers with the ball. Troy Brown moving to his right before he's taken down by Colton DePrima. So Fighting Irish looking for a score. Now Cooper Campbell using his legs, eventually tackled by Tyree Brown. Notre Dame ends up getting 3 points out of it on the drive. CCS looking to make something happen. Noah Schrum turns on the Jets. Another stiff arm. Lots of them in this show tonight. Jermel Green stops him from finding the end zone, but not for long. Campbell with the handoff to Troy Brown, who powers into pay dirt. Points at a premium in this game, but the Fighting Irish pull out their 3rd consecutive win. Notre Dame wins at home 15-7 the final. Let's dip back into the Peach State. Murray County paying a visit to Kahala Creek. High snap, but Waylon Belials not only corrals it, but airs it out to Kobe King. Go off, King. He finds the end zone for a Colts TD. One of Ben Bobick's favorite sayings, special teams matter. Look no further than this. Muffed punt, and Wyatt Mann just picks it up. Thank you so much. A special teams tutty, Kahala Creek extends their lead. Defense, it's your turn. Indians QB Colby Smith is sacked by Mann. Mann being the man at the Creek tonight, and we're still in the first. Belials with time drops back, slings it to Kobe King. This duo putting on a show all night long. Kahala Creek blanks Murray County with a 45-0 win. Let's get to the scoreboards. Brainerd with a 23-6 win over Chattanooga Central. East Hamilton gets back in the win column after last week's tough loss to Walker Valley with a 35-14 win over Ottawa. Signal Mountain, big win over Eastridge, 56-14 the final there. Howard with a win, 45-18 over Grace Baptist. South Pittsburgh, my goodness, 76-0. Is that even real? McMinn Central, 33-0, shuts out Sequoia. And Christian Heritage shuts out Chattooga, 38-0, the final.
Here's your pick for the Friday Night Football Play of the Week, sponsored by Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Urgent Ortho Walk-In Clinics.
This is your Week 9 Play of the Week. No surprise here, Hudson Hewlett, an absolute star, was actually named Georgia High School Football Daily's Player of the Week for this performance. Over 240 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, including this absolute gem. He also had 80 passing yards and 11 tackles defensively. I mean, who doesn't want to be this kid when they grow up? I do. We're just getting started. Plenty more on deck for Friday Night Football. We'll be back right after this.
Cheer on with the Friday Night Football Cheerleaders of the Week, sponsored by Brody Jewelers. Score big with a yes-worthy ring or a fine Swiss timepiece, only at Brody Jewelers.
Shout out to the Murray County High School cheerleaders for bringing that energy. Moving along, Grundy County is turning heads all around the area this year. And I mean, how could they not? They're undefeated in 2025. But that streak would be put to the test tonight against the best of the best. Even though Marion County fell a few weeks ago to Chat Prep, they're still the 2A state champions. And this game starts out with a bang. Marion County hosting Grundy County. First play of the game starts with a big hit. Mason Mays forces a fumble, and that ball is recovered by Chris Graver. So Marion County gets the ball, but Zayden Humphrey fumbles it, and it's recovered by the Yellow Jackets. Sloppiness all around early. Grundy County unable to capitalize, though. They go 3 and out. A short punt sets up redemption for Humphrey as he scrambles into the end zone to make it 7-0. The Jackets had a nice drive going later on, but failed to convert on 4th down. Marion takes full advantage. Hands off to Ashton Richards, who goes for the long gain, but is eventually caught there by A.J. Frisbee. And Mason Mays, who we mentioned earlier, also does it on the offensive side. Punches it in this time to make it 14-0. Unbeaten no longer, Marion County takes down Grundy County 41-20 the final. The Yellow Jackets will look to get back in the win column next week at Bledsoe County. Let's travel to Ringgold. The Tigers hosting North Murray. Hudson Hewlett, we already talked about him on this program tonight. He hits Anthony Skoje. North Murray in business. The Mountaineers continue to drive down the field. Hewlett hands it off to Leighton Myers for another gain. The Mountaineers knocking on the doorstep. Doesn't take long for Hewlett to do what he does. Runs it in for the easy touchdown, his millionth of the season. And this North Murray defense is legit. Zach Grauer hands it off to Braxton Woody, but the Mountaineers all over him. The ball pops out, and it's recovered by Skoje. North Murray uses that momentum and stays undefeated with a 24-3 win over Ringgold. Bradley Central heading to Soddy Daisy for a non-region matchup. Spencer McCooch starts off strong with the touchdown. And the Bears also get a gift after the return. A safety. We had Safety 101 on Local 3 News at 6, if you remember correctly. Bradley Central leads 9-0. But Soddy was having none of it. Luke Dodd intercepts the ball and turns on the Jets to get all the way to the end zone. The Trojans cut into the deficit. It's 9-6. The Bears end up tacking on Reggie Hubbard with the touchdown. Just able to get in there. Bradley Central up double digits. They cruise to a 40-6 win. Let's go back to the scoreboards. Gordon Lee 61-0 over Armurchie. The Trojans just rolling this season. Gilmer takes down Lafette 41-26 the final. How about LFO? That's back-to-back losses for Sonoraville, 30-7, a big win for the Warriors. Adairsville 30-3 over Ridgeland. Southeast Whitfield, massive winners over Cross Keys, 56-6 the final there. Tough loss for Tryon. They fall 35-28 in a close battle. And some more scores heading to Alabama now. Fort Payne with a 30-17 win over Gadsden City. North Jackson falls 24-35 to Plainview. North Sand Mountain looking awfully good this season. They win 57-7 over Section.
Meet the Friday Night Football Defensive Player of the Week. Sponsored by All Fences. The best defense is an all fence.
We mentioned this guy earlier before, Sager Quinn. Listen, Gavin Knuckles is a great quarterback, but this USF commit is taking him down with ease. Shows off the power of the defensive lineman. There's a reason he's won all the postseason awards in the past. Just bulldozes him. Alex Skolish is getting one quiet dude. Next year, a loss of 6 yards on that play. He's our defensive player of the week. And we'll have much more Friday Night Football, more highlights, scores, cheerleaders of the week, you name it, coming up after this.
It's time for the Friday Night Football Band of the Week, sponsored by Big Woody's Tree Service. You'll be pleased when Big Woody's tackles your trees.
I was going to try to get some help introducing this week's Band of the Week, but the Trojan Band from Gordon Lee works hard during the games. I don't dare interrupt them. So from Chickamauga to your living room, the Trojan Band from Gordon Lee, your Band of the Week.
Is off to their best start in program history. Winning at home is one thing. Winning on the road is a whole nother. And they would be taking that undefeated streak to the test tonight against the Whitwell Panthers, against the Whitwell Tigers. Senior night at Whitwell High School as they play host to Sale Creek. Starting the second half, 3rd and short. Braxton Couch leads the tackle to force a 4th down. A muffed punt sets the Panthers up to score. J.D. Skiles with style powering into the end zone. That ties things up at 12. Whitwell ends up getting the ball back and goes triple option. Talon Beeson flips it to Tim Yates for a nice gain. Then later on, Beeson drops back to throw and finds Yates again over the middle. Quite the drive for the Tigers. Whitwell goes back to the triple option. Why not? Beeson flips it to Gabe Ross, but he can't catch it. This is trouble. Cameron Slatton recovers it for Sale Creek to end the drive. The Panthers end up on top, squeaking by, taking down the Tigers 18-12 in overtime to stay undefeated. And some D2AA action on Thursday night. Boyd Buchanan and Silverdale. Boyd's opening drive ends in a touchdown. Drew Rivers sneaks the ball to TJ McReynolds. He punches it in to give the Bucks an immediate 7-0 lead. Look at those linemen all fired up. The Seahawks answer right back. Ensuing drive, Connor Jenny with a handoff to Tate Standifer. He gets inside the red zone. Then caps off the drive with the touchdown, so it's 7-7. Still first quarter, 2nd and goal from the 1. David Green finds the green, puts the Bucks back on top with 5 minutes left in the frame. Silverdale ties things up and actually takes a 21-14 lead in the 2nd quarter. It's Boyd Buchanan coming from behind. Now look at Justin McGoy. Clears a path, avoids a tackle, weaving in and out. No, you're not going to take him down. He's got one thing on his mind, and that's finding the end zone any way possible. That evens the score at 21. Bucks back up by 7 to end the 3rd. They add to that lead. Handoff to David Yancey, the 3rd. Give him 6. Boyd Buchanan racks up over 450 rushing yards and root to a 49-28 win. The Bucks move to 7-0 on the year. Silverdale falls to 4-4. And let's get one final check of the scoreboards. Pisgah 38-13 takes down Cedar Bluff. Scottsboro with a 31-13 win over Gunnersville. Andrews, North Carolina 20-6 over Rossman. There we go. Hayesville shut out 28-0 by Swain County. That's a tough loss. Murphy wins 17-10 over Robbinsville. And this score from last night, Chattanooga Prep shut out 44-0. Battleground Academy gets the win. And we've got some college football on deck tomorrow. The number 12 Tennessee Volunteers welcome in Bobby Petrino and the Arkansas Razorbacks. That's a 4:15 kick at Neyland Stadium. Number 10 Georgia with a little bit of a tough test against Jackson Arnold and the Auburn Tigers. 7:30 start time on the Plains. And Alabama looking to get a big road win. They already did it over Georgia. Can they do it against the number 14 Missouri Tigers? We'll find out at noon tomorrow. And MLB postseason, Detroit and Seattle still battling, actually. That score hasn't gone final quite yet, last I checked. Battling in a Game 5 in the ALDS. Chicago Cubs and Milwaukee Brewers play tomorrow night. Winner will take on the Dodgers in the NLCS. That's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here next week on Friday Night Football. Have a great night and a great weekend.
Friday Night Football is brought to you by Food City and Sonic Drive-In. Live free, eat Sonic. We thank our local Food City for subs to feed our Friday Night Football crew. Get your sandwich party planner at your local Food City deli.